Welcome to the post-race analysis, where we cool down and talk about what just happened. And what just happened was a bit of a shambles. So I was in such a rush to get here to make sure I was on the start line. Wasn't prepared at all. My heart rate was all over the place. Didn't have my fan, which is tiny, and it wasn't actually cooling me. So it was wasn't dealing with a good heart rate. It was elevated the entire time. So I hope you're ready for some excuses. But yeah, I just couldn't bring my heart rate down. Let's get the chat up. Hey, the god of speed. How's it going? Just get the chat up here. Alright, so yeah, it was just my heart rate again. And when I got up this morning, I really did not want to race. And I'm glad that I did. Because if it wasn't for this live stream, doing these Zwift races live, I wouldn't have done that race probably. And I'm gonna feel the benefit of having done it in my gains. Hey, so we've got Harry in the chat, we've got Louis in the chat, we've got Breeze. How's it going? I did well. Yeah. The final sprint was lit. That was cool. It was worth doing the race just for that. That was fun. But yeah, I was just working with, so the two big things, were that I was working with an elevated heart rate that I couldn't bring down because I was too hot the entire time, and just my tactics were totally crap. Yeah, my heart rate was really high. I just think it's the temperature. My fan, which I've just invested in, was nowhere near blowing any cold air on me, so it was useless. So next time we'll make sure that we're a lot cooler, because that's what will allow you to manage your heart rate a lot better. Because if you just hot the entire time, if you're overheating the entire time, then you're never going to be able to push your potential watts for an extended period of time that you need to in a race. You know, I didn't feel right, and it even shows it in the Strava data. So you can see that ride on my Strava, and the power that I was pushing on the power curve was consistently like 20 watts below, you know, something that was what I was pushing the other day. And I just think fatigued legs, elevated heart rate, and crap race tactics. Cheers! Cheers K Camo for the kudos. So let's have a look at the chat. So Louis, you didn't do yesterday's race, no? Yes, Louis, I need more fans. More fans. Like at least two. The fan that I've just invested in is good if it's actually pointed at you. But I think I could do with two of them, because I just get too hot. And I've even got the windows wide open. It's not actually that cold here today in London, and just need to cool down more. You know, I've not got the wind, I'm not going anywhere, so I've not got any wind blowing on me, so I need fans, yeah. Invest in another fan. Yes, overheating is the biggest problem indoors, as I have just demonstrated. Cheers for the kudos, man. Yeah, overheating. I mean, for the longest time I didn't have any fan, so it's going to be interesting to see what having fans will do for me. Yeah, so Louis, you use two fans up front, even in the winter. Yeah, because there's no air blowing over you, so you know, your body's dealing with a completely different, you know, environment to what you would be outside. It's probably quite good for heat adaptation, You know, if you're training indoors with no fans, your body's gonna have to adapt to overheating. So it's probably good for when you want to go to a hot country. Yes, I keep my bottles in my bottle cage, yeah. But for these races, I mean, they're only hour-long races, and I only need like a 750ml bottle. That's another thing, I probably could have drank more in that race, to be honest. With me sweating so much. Hey Paul, how you doing? It's been 1 degree in your garage. At night. Yeah. Probably a good place to train on Zwift. But yeah, it's the whole point of doing these live streams, of doing these races, is to force me to train even when I don't want to, because that is where it will make the difference. When you train when you don't want to, that's when you'll make crazy gains. Because I could have so easily, the alternative was me to sit on my arse and eat food and work on the computer. And I'm so glad that I did that race, even though it was a bit of a shambles. You know, I learned more about my heart rate, and I learned more about race tactics. I learned about the course, the Jungle Laps course, the Jungle Healy Race course. And so the next time I know exactly where the points are that I need to push the bigger numbers. But you're never going to push the biggest numbers when your heart rate is elevated. I'm using the Tax Flux trainer. And I like it. I mean, I've only used a couple of other trainers. I'd like to try the Wahoo Climber, is it? What is it called? That one that like tilts you up with the gradient. I'd like to try that one out. I like a more realistic feel because I can't push my peak numbers on the indoor trainer. You know, like in that sprint in the race, I was only able to hit 600 watts. And I can easily hit like 1,300 watts in a sprint outside. Any plans to do an Everesting soon? Yes, why not? It's a challenge that I'd like to do again. But there's actually the world's first live Everesting on this channel. So if you search Everesting on my YouTube channel, you'll see the first ever live Everesting that I did. And it was 460 odd repetitions of a hill. And it was all caught on camera. So go and check that out. But yeah, I would like to do another one. I'm not sure when. I actually did that live Everesting on Boxing Day, which was insane. Yeah, when am I going to customize my bike to the colour that it is in real life to what it is on Zwift? So I need to turn that bike in Zwift Orange. I don't know, maybe I should get in touch with Zwift and ask them to make me a custom avatar sign. Yeah, this Tax trainer is very quiet. It's good. I like it. I actually got it supplied to me by my local bike shop in a video that I did about Zwift. About is Zwift worth the money? So go check that out. And go check out Muswell Hill Bikes. Muswell Hill Bikes, the highest bike shop in North London. Yeah, Louis, you've also got the Tax Flux. You think it's noisy as hell? I don't know, I think it's pretty quiet. Sometimes it squeaks. But, yeah, sometimes it squeaks. But most of the time it's really quiet. I don't think you can hear it now. I pushed well over 300 watts for the entire race. then lose by nearly 2 minutes. Yeah, it's crazy, Paul. If you lose that front group, it's so difficult to get them back. And I knew with my elevated heart rate, there was no way I was going to pull anything out of the bag to try and bring those guys back. So it was just about me being in no man's land and thinking, should I wait for people behind me or try and maintain where I am now, keep that gap between us. But when people are in a group, like that group that was behind me, they're all just drafting each other, taking it in turns. They reel me in, it's a long race, get caught up, like, and what happens is what happens. So the tunes in the background, the custom soundtrack that I made specially for these live streams, and it's to kind of get you in the mood for this blood sports series, the series I'm making about blood and how to naturally dope it. It's going to have a similar feel to this music. Any advice for me for this year's TCR? My question is, any adventure plan next year, aka 2019 cycling goals? Well, 5 watts per kilo for one, as my FTP. That's on the horizon for sure. Still don't know if I can do it yet. But you know, if it's just a question of weight, you know, I can push the numbers. If I push 360 watts for 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure. You know, if I can push 340 for nearly 40 minutes in Zwift, you know, indoor trainer watts are way lower than my outdoor watts. So theoretically, pushing 360 watts for a 20-minute FTP test at least 68 kilos. And that's 68 kilos in winter, which is what I am now. You know, I don't mind for a couple of months getting down to maybe like even 65, and then you know, the 5 watts per kilo goal gets completely smashed. So yeah, 5 watts per kilo. I don't know, I have to think about it. I'll make a video about my 2019 goals. But the 5 watts per kilo one is the one that I just love everything about trying to chase it. And these races are part of the training for it. You know, and me training, doing these races on the live streams, even when I don't want to, is perfect training. It's raining outside by now. It's dark. It's not that cold. But I'm not going out there and getting as good a training session as I am here. It's a shame, but you know, when spring rolls around in England, it'll be a lot easier to do longer hours on the bike. I'll have a different kind of conditioning then. Probably get a lot leaner. What's harder, doing a Zwift race or answering my constant barrage of questions? Nah man, I love your questions. I really appreciate all the support. Like, Louis, you're amazing support. So, don't stop asking questions. Yo, Minty. Yeah, the thing is, if you start dropping too low in weight, then you'll undo what you've achieved. No! See, this is the trick, Minty. Blood. You know, if I can push 360 watts at 65 kilos, which I've, you know, that's only a few kilos less than what I am now. As long as I've got a high hematocrit, easy peasy. Honestly. You know, as long as you've got a healthy hematocrit, all the pieces are in place for you to be, like, to reach your powerful cyclist potential. You know, I think what happens is people concentrate too much on weight loss, they calorie restrict, which is what I never do. I never calorie restrict, and I do not see myself getting sick, ill from training because I'm losing too much weight. You know, because I monitor my hematocrit, I make sure that it's healthy, and as long as I've got a healthy hematocrit, I can still push the numbers. all in the right direction. But yeah, I mean, a really good point, Minty. I think the downfall is the calorie restriction and then not monitoring your blood, your markers, to make sure that you're still healthy in an objective fashion. Cheers, Louis. Really appreciate it, man. Can you still be lean when doing multi-day bike rides? Because I gained so much water weight. I mean, the water weight really doesn't matter. You know, leanness, you want to be strong, but don't care so much about the water weight, especially on like a multi-day event, because your body will use that water. You know, it's a bit like when you gain fat. Your body's going to use that in rides that you go on. You know, as long as you keep moving your body, you know, your body's going to become more efficient at using those energy stores. You know, they are energy stores. They're not something to be like, yeah, it's not something to obsess over, because they're going to be used if you just push in the right direction of training yourself to become more efficient. You know, I'm not going to worry about putting on any weight, which I don't do anyway, really, because of the diet. But I just don't worry about it. If I put on any weight, I know that my body's going to use it as fuel for those longer rides in spring. So just keep pushing forward. Yeah, Minty, I mean, watch this space. You know, if I do get too lean, and the watts start dropping, you know, you'll see it in these Zwift races, most likely. Yeah, water weight is fine. Yeah, absolutely. I think even fat, water weight, I mean, it's, you can say it's excess, but it's fuel for your body to use, as long as you keep pushing forward. So I wouldn't worry about it, Louis. But yeah, I really enjoy doing these races. I'm not looking to win anything, I'm just looking to have an impetus, a stimulus, high stimulus for training. And you know, I would have been sitting on my ass doing nothing, drinking a cup of tea and just working on the laptop if I hadn't been doing this live stream. So I really appreciate you watching, giving me support, making me train hard, and yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take care.